Okay, hello everyone. Just going to rank up this account today for a bit, and then we're going to be back later for another stream, hopefully tonight. I'm going to do some open lobbies with the free tracks that will be on tomorrow for the daily races. So for the first stream, I'm just going to be ranking up the American account. I actually rage quit from the FIA race last night in the American region because my force feedback went in the race, so I had no force feedback. It was weird. It's like I get force feedback, but it's like horrible feeling. It yanks a wheel for me, so I was spinning every lap and a half. I couldn't drive it, so I just quit the lobby. I had enough. But the EU race was brilliant. Really good race. The song, it's on Share Factory. It's a song. It's a song that you can just use. It's if you've got a PS4, it's on there somewhere. I can never remember the name. I need to remember to get the link for the name of that and put it in the description, which I will do. I'll try and remember today to do that. But if you go on your PS4, it's on there somewhere in the music. I think a lot of people already know the name of the song anyway. I knew no. Right, I need to warm up here because I've not done this for a few days. I got my lap down the other day to a 3 minutes 19.7, and the lap was terrible. So I think I could have got this into a 3 minutes 18. It's just the race pace. I can't get the race pace very good, but I'm not really too worried about this at the moment. This isn't a brilliant race combination for myself anyway. Just need to warm up a bit. I don't think it's called that though, you know. Hit that bollard, but I'm in the Audi at the moment. I think the Audi's a bit better for this combination. Well, that might be a time penalty. And DR doesn't drop if you don't race, it stays the same. As far as I know, I've never lost DR when I've not raced. Otherwise, Lightning would have no DR because he hardly ever races. He only does the odd race. So how did everyone get on in their FIA races? I think if some of you would have watched Tidgeny's stream, you'd have saw obviously I had quite a good race. I had to be really aggressive though. I'm looking forward to uploading the video, but there was some more aggressive moves in there, but I had to go for it because I was on fresh soft tyres and everyone else was on obviously worn mediums. So my pace was so much faster, I just went for it and tried to get through as fast as I could. It was a really good race, I enjoyed it. I think I'm gonna start doing some streaming of the EU FIA races also soon. I just don't know what to do. I want to stream them, but I also want to do them as videos. So I kind of want to know, would people still watch the video if they'd watched the stream as well? Because I like to go onto the replays, do different camera angles and stuff like that. I like doing that. I enjoy doing stuff like that. Because I enjoy looking how the game. I like looking how the game looks from all the different views. So I'm interested to see if people would still watch a video that they had seen the live stream of. not too bad as a warm-up lap. Yeah, any information for the equipment I use, it's in the description. Everything should be in there. So T500, sorry, with the only thing I don't know if I put in there is the fact that I use a Ferrari rim, different wheel rim on my T500, and then the T3PA Pro pedals. Yeah, my lobby was a bit annoying as well. This man, it was like, because I can't get on until fairly late to do a lot of races, so I think it was a 9 o'clock race, which now is the last split, which is annoying because obviously the clocks have gone back in the UK. So a 9 o'clock race, whereas it would be like the second to last race, which would be a bit more competitive, now is the last race for us. So it's it for me and Matijny now, where we can't get on till late. It's quite bad. I mean, I think 2,200 points all I got for the win, which was a bit frustrating. But I think I had the pace, definitely had the pace to get high, probably more points than that. I mean, daily races, to be fair, I don't think the penalty system's as bad for knocking your SR down as it used to be. I think you can get away with quite a lot now compared to what you used to be able to get away with. I mean, you used to get knocked down for anything basically, but now it seems a little bit more. I think they are. If you watch the World Tour events, I definitely think that they seem to be aiming for a more viewer-friendly experience. So less penalties, less track limit. Not going for that severe track limits. It seems to be going more that way, which is good. Hi, Zany. Yeah, I'm going to be streaming the new update. Is it Tuesday, isn't it? I'm sure it is. So I'll get on. I'll literally stream from first thing in the morning on Tuesday. I'm going to try and get on 9:30 in the morning and just stream the new update for about 4 or 5 hours. So might as well. We'll hammer the Cataluna track hopefully and see what else is on the update, and I'll do some driving of any new cars as well, just like solo. We'll just give it a good test out. Yeah, it's on Tuesday, isn't it? So yeah, I'll stream that on Tuesday. So feel free to check that out. I mean, I think that if you do that though, you avoid going up the ranks, because if you miss out on the peak times, that you're not going to increase your rank too much. Because I mean, it works both ways. If you're a B-rated driver, then you can actually increase it quite a lot, because you will come up against some A-rated drivers and stuff. It's just, yeah, I suppose it can work that way. But I like to race with the better drivers, so normally the peak times are better, really. Went into third gear by mistake. But let's just go for it and try and get the slipstream broke straight away. Right, we've got the slipstream broken already. Nearly. Yeah, in the UK it's gone back, so am I right, or forward? One way back, sorry, so I have no idea actually, I'm trying to work it out, but it basically means that like what was 8 o'clock is now, I mean what is 9 o'clock? What is 10 o'clock is now 9 o'clock for, am I doing it right? I'm lost. But it basically means that because me and Tijany obviously in the UK, and we normally get on for like the 8, 9, 10 PM races, they're now weaker because they used to be like the 7, 8 and 9 PM races. It's frustrating, but not much you can really do. think that a lot of people will lose their 75k rating once the new season starts as well, because I think it's going to get a lot more competitive once the next season. You know, how good the World Tour event's been, I think if they redo that, it's going to get a lot more competitive. So I think it's going to be harder to keep that 75k, and I wish they'd unlock it so we could just go up to whatever we, you know, 100k if you could keep the consistency. Yeah, 9, yeah, that's right. I was getting confused. So like the 10 o'clock race is now the 9, so me and Tisney doing the 9 o'clock used to be able to get some alright points, but now they're not as strong, so I'm going to try and get on for some stronger races, but I think I've gone in too hot there. Got away with it, but yeah. It's just whether I can get on in time, that's the only problem. That's a good thing about the official seasons. Every split was pretty high points because there was that many people playing it. Let's try and save some fuel a bit. A time penalty. Makes me laugh that you get a 3-second time penalty for cutting that by fractions, but then you can run wide by about God knows how far wide and doesn't give you a penalty. Yeah, I prefer Kudos Prime to the companion app. This is very much a warm-up race because I haven't done this combination for a while. Yeah, short shifting is the best way to save fuel. I mean, I'm still using 2 mixture, but you find that if I go down to 6 mixture, watch how slow the car is. It won't accelerate there, but if I go through to 1, it starts accelerating again. So it's better to use a higher mixture, but then short shift it, and you'll keep the acceleration going. Through the corners, using the lower mixtures can be quite good because the car actually handles a bit better sometimes using the higher mixtures. The TS, yeah, it should be alright here. The Toyota should be fairly good, I would think. I mean, you can't do a no-stop here without fuel save. You have to fuel save to do the no-stop. On +3 at the moment, I think. I'll check in a minute, but I'm pretty sure I've got them on +3. Yeah, +3. 3 to the rear. Which is because, I mean, if you would have watched me stream, I explained why I go more rear with these cars, which I will be doing a video about soon. It gives you more hybrid power, so that's why I go more to the rear. Yeah, I'm looking forward to racing some of the American drivers. There's some combinations I'll be a bit off, but I think there's some combinations that I'm starting to get a lot better on certain combinations, so them combinations I think I'll be able to compete with like a lot of the top drivers. I've raced IOF racing in public lobbies already. I think Lightning, to be brutally honest, I feel like Lightning's got the speed of him, especially in qualifying. I think that's where Lightning will have the advantage, is qualifying massively, because Lightning's qualifying is just untouchable. If he hooks a lap up, no one can get near it. See, I can run that far wide, and I don't think that will give me a penalty. But then if you take an inch off the corner, it gives you a 3-second penalty. They just need to touch up some of the track limits to make it. I prefer it being a little less strict, but I would like them to make it a little bit stricter in certain corners, like that chicane there. This chicane up here now. I mean, I'll show you now how far you can literally cut the whole corner off. Let's see if it'll let it do it now, but when you come into this, I mean, here, you can just drive through there like that, and it doesn't give you I don't think it will give me a penalty for that. So I'd like them to fix that a bit. But yesterday's FIA EU race was quite fun, because we had myself, Tichney and Super GT all in one race. So it'll be interesting to see everyone's perspectives on that race. No, we can't demote you at all. Loads of people have been doing it for it since the game came out. As long as your connection is good enough to race in within their thing, you can do it. That's why Sony allow people to do this. You've been able to create an American account since PS3. I used to download games early on PS3 doing it. He's not that fast, but he can be. Do you know what? Super GT can be okay at some combinations. And I think if he puts the effort in, he'd be a little bit better as well. Like, I don't think he's as worried as, like, he doesn't. If he really did go for it, he'd be a bit faster. But he's not as slow as what people think. You know, he's got some okay speed. Yeah, I'm going to do open lobbies on my Euro account later. Not daily races, because I don't really need to do them on that. I'm just going to do some practice for next week's daily races. So we'll just set up the lobby as if it was oh, got him well too strong. I'll just set up some open lobbies as if they're daily races, and we'll just get some practice. Because we've got Suzuka in Group 2, Interlagos in Group 3, and I feel like Fuji's on there in something, and I can't think what. Possibly Group 4, possibly. I don't know. It's a good combination anyway. Need to save a bit more fuel here. I took Calster out last night. I didn't mean to be fair. If you watch on the replay, Calster, you'll see what I was trying to do. I was judging the gap to Matty in front. But obviously with your four-wheel drive car, you needed to turn in earlier, and I didn't really take that into account. So I apologise for that little touch there. I didn't want to let you pass because I didn't want to get stuck behind your I didn't want to get stuck behind your car and its four-wheel drive tyre killer. Super GT is he racing now? Thank you very much, Gary. 20 pound, bloody hell, mate. What are you doing? Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that massively. I swear, you must have won the lottery, you, mate. How much I see you donated. Massively appreciated, though. I really do appreciate that. Bloody hell. also quite a bit of time here where I'm saving fuel and not really concentrating. Down to 6-second gap, but I should be alright. I'm using 3 mixture and then I'll go to 1 mixture for the final lap. Gary, you're missing a 0 on that, don't you? Yeah. You know, I think that's quite enough, bloody hell. No one should feel like they have to donate. Seriously. Like Tijani says, we're here because we enjoy. You know, I love this game. That's why I'm here. Obviously, YouTube is kind of my job as well, but I love the game. If I wasn't doing this for basically every day, I would still be playing it anyway, the game, and uploading videos. It's just probably this is probably the game that's really kicked my channel off, to be fair, because I really got into it. I think the last game to really feel like where I really enjoyed it like this was Drive Club. I liked Project Cars, but the racing online was really boring. So this is a game that at the moment I can see myself playing this for a long time. To be honest, GT Sport feels to me like the type of game that you're just going to keep playing constantly because they're going to keep updating it. They're going to keep looking after people. They're constantly altering stuff to try and make it better, which I like. Even if they go the wrong way, at least they're trying to do stuff, and that's what matters. Man, you should never feel like you donate. Just watching it is enough, Sonic. I mean, I appreciate every donation. It's massively appreciated. I mean, Gary's an absolute legend. I mean, I think he must have some bank or something, his own private bank. But just watching's enough. Like Teaching says, you just watching is enough. I appreciate everyone watching. And now I think I might need to get a move on here. He's gaining quite fast. For some reason, this car is using more fuel than it normally is, and I don't know why. Look at my fuel. I mean, I've been in 3 mixture, short shifting for about 2 laps now. And it's still not even back to where it should be. I think I went too aggressive at the start, possibly. Now I'm not concentrating. Right, let's go back to... I still feel that 1 mixture short shifting saves just as much fuel as using the mixture 2. We'll have a little test now on this lap. I'll read them subscriptions out in a minute, by the way. When I get a chance to read them. Let's just finish this lap and then I'll read them out. Yeah, I might be able to do it now. So it was Scuderia Sim Racing, thank you for subscribing. Mike Toner, thank you for subscribing. And there was Chimera 01, thank you for subscribing. I think that's all the subscriptions then. I appreciate that, all them people, thank you very much. So we're going to do another stream later, obviously. We're doing this stream now. I really want to... I'm still trying to work out what to do with it. I want them to just make an endurance race, you know, because I think that would make a really good video to upload. Like at the moment, the daily races, because there's not much competition in them, there's not really much point in uploading a video from a daily race, because a lot of the time you're getting in like this now. It's not really worth uploading these type of races because they can be a bit dull, to say the least, but probably more fun to stream because I can just talk to you while the races are fairly comfortable like this. I can actually read the chat. No, to be fair, the missus has got a really good job. I used to have my own business, but then I started looking after the kids when she was in work, after she wanted to go back. And then she basically, I said that I think I can, I felt like I could push my channel quite high. So she said, go for it. So credit to her. And I'm trying to push it at the moment. I've still got, obviously, the thing is, though, I can push my channel, but I've still got to look after the kids. Like when she's in work, I have to take them to school, pick them up, make their dinner, get them ready and stuff. So it's quite hard work, but I'm trying to push everything at the same time. Like You'll notice whenever it's half term, I struggle to get as much done because obviously they're off and they're arguing and they're nearly killing each other every day. So I find it hard to get stuff done on them days. But at the moment, I don't really make much from YouTube. Like, I could earn more by just claiming benefits, but I don't want to do that. I don't like that idea. I'd rather just, if I've got enough to survive on, if we've got enough to put food in the fridge and that's all that matters. I want to try and push my channel because I think there's potential with sim racing. I think sim racing has a massive future. I mean, you only have to have a look at how good some of these sim racing events have been recently. I can only imagine, like, if you think about the progress sim racing has made in the last, what, say, 10 years, imagine what it's going to be like in another 5 to 10 years when, like, PS5 or when it goes to some, I think consoles would end in a couple of generations. But, be interesting to see. I forgot to get rid of my penalty, didn't I? Luckily, I still won that. Yeah, they're both girls. I don't think they're really that. I mean, it's not. The GT esports, I think, is really professional the way they run it. I think it's really good. And some of these drivers, what people don't like realize is, a lot of the drivers are some of the best on other games like Assetto Corsa, Project Cars. You know, what a lot of people don't realize is a lot of the GT Sport drivers that are doing really well in these events were dominating the original Project Cars, like Zocchi, Afo. I used to play a lot of Project Cars. We were all in the top 10 on that, and then because GT Sport is a better game than Project Cars, I'm going to say it because it's a better overall package. The physics aren't as good. I'm going to be brutally honest. They're not probably as up there with Project Cars, and they're definitely not as good as Assetto Corsa, but the racing's more fun. I would rather have fun racing and racing good people than going on Project Cars and winning by 30 seconds. So I mean, I think it's professionally done. They run it well. I think they've just got to make a few changes to the way they run it. I think the system they use where they're like these road cars, I don't like the way they do in the road cars in these events because they're not balanced well. And it's not fair. I think if you watch the Americas region, Lloyd was in the Subaru, which was just not a very good car at that track. And then you had Doodle in pretty much the best car for that track. I think it was a Honda, wasn't it? You can't. The two cars are just not comparable. You can't compare someone on them cars. So I think my view of how they should run these FIA events is they should be doing a single make race for the first race. So the first race that then determines the grid for the second race should be a single make race. So everyone is in the same car. You know, there's no advantages, and it's down to talent then. So you could have the Megane Group 4 car as a single make race. That is kind of a series on its own, I think, the Megane Trophy. You could have something like that. And then you could have a Group 3 race as a race 2, because the Group 3 BOP is it's a lot closer than a lot of the other BOPs. So I find it reasonably okay. And then you could have race 3, which I think the double point one in Group 2, because Group 2 BOP is pretty much identical. There's not much difference between all the cars. And I think it would be the fairest way to do it. The road cars are not fair. You can't compare them because the tyre wear on all the cars is so much. It's just really random, really. I mean, Mystic, the problem with that is you're never going to balance the game 100%, but there is balance. Classes Group 2, single make races, and Group 3 is fairly balanced now. It's getting close, but the problem with how they're balanced, this is a massive issue which I've been thinking of recently, is the reason why they're not getting the balance right on the game is because they keep messing with the tyre wear and the fuel. So one car is strong because the fuel is such an issue. So, like, in the FIA season, the Porsche wasn't really the best car, the official FIA season, because fuel was an issue then. So you had, like, cars like the Lexus, what other cars were there that were really good on... Any car that was good on fuel, basically, were the cars to be in, especially in Group 4. But now that tyre wear's kicked in, that BOP that they've worked on to get right is completely irrelevant because you now got a total separate BOP based on tyre wear. And that's why I wish they'd get rid of the tyre wear and the fuel and just keep it down to racing. And I've said how they could do this, but whether they'll ever listen, who knows. You only have to reduce the fuel that people start with to force a pit stop. That's all they have to do. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's just the M500, because imagine them doing that race, that M500 race, as an actual race in an FIA event, and then there's two people, say one driving a Porsche, and then the others are in other cars. They just get destroyed by a second a lap. And I don't think that's fair. I really think they need to think of single make races, Group 2 races and Group 3 races. Group 4 at the moment is just so, especially with the they keep insisting on putting like times 15 tyre wear and times 12 tyre wear, and you can't run that in Group 4 because you know, front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, front engine, rear wheel drive, it's just so unbalanced, and that's what creates the unbalance because of their settings. If it was times 1 fuel, times 1 tyre wear, the balance would be a lot closer. Race 1 of the Asian final. I can't remember. Race 1 in the Asian final. What one was that? Was that Suzuka? I didn't even watch. I don't think I watched the race 1 because I had to go out. Yeah, I think the first lap is very important on this race, to just watch your fuel, because I think it pretty much sets up the whole race for fuel. Group 4, the Cayman is it's definitely a good car, obviously, but you've got the NSX, which is pretty close or equal or better at some tracks. You've got also the Citroen. I'm surprised people didn't go the Citroen in this season. Yeah, the fuel isn't an issue anymore, but the tyre wear on the Citroen's really good on the Group 4. So the Group 4 Citroen's good. The other cars, the Alfa Romeo is the OP car at the moment. The Alfa Romeo Group 4 car is massively OP at pretty much any track that involves handling because its tyre wear is so good. Yeah, race length. That's why I don't know why they're going shorter with the race distance. They seem to be going like the Brands Hatch used to be a 15 lap race, now it's a 12 lap race all the time. The Aston's got bad tyre wear. The Aston Martin, it's not very good on tyre wear. No, like yesterday the Group 4 was at times 10 tyre wear, but the reason that was a massive issue was the last time we raced it in Season 2 we raced the same combination with the same tyres, but it was only times 5 tyre wear. So yesterday times 10 tyre wear with only medium and soft tyres, it was just killing the tyres. So that's why I did a 2-stopper yesterday, and it was definitely the better way. I don't know why other people didn't do the 2-stopper, especially on cars that use the tyres up. I think they need to just pay attention to these races in the FIA, especially the finals. I want to see the best driver win the finals. I don't want to see the driver who got the best cars win. Yeah, I mean, you put Lightning in pretty much any Group 3 car and he can pretty much top the leaderboard. So that the Group 3 BOP is very close to being good, but the issue comes again with Group 3 is when you add the tyre wear in, because you know the Audi, the Ferrari and stuff like that, you increase the tyre wear to times 15, which I think it was at Bathurst, and then you start giving the advantage to like the AMG GT3 is one of the best cars when it's a track like Bathurst with times 15 tyre wear. The Porsche is good, not as good as the AMG GT3, because obviously I've driven both now, so I know when the tyre wear is bad, the AMG was really strong because it's weight. Obviously, the weight's on the front of the car. Don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't really driven too many cars in the game, so I know the Ferrari was terrible before. I don't know what that'll be like now. Apparently, they patched or altered the setup. That's what M. Thomas said, but whether they did or not, I don't know. I could do a test on that again. Yeah, I raced 5 the other day. I beat him by 5 seconds. I haven't pushed my lap. I started behind him, just saved fuel behind him, and then just went for it on the last 2 laps. I had more fuel than him. No, I don't think 10. I think what they should do is make the races at least 30 minutes for FIA and reduce it down to like times 2 or times 3 tyre wear. Let's just do that and then start us on lower fuel. So make it a situation where you're going to have to pit for fuel, but make it so that your tyres could last to the end. Make the pit stops take a bit longer. Maybe like iRacing takes quite a while to change tyres, but maybe like 8 seconds to change the tyres. And make it so that you could risk changing your tyres and have a slightly faster car for the remaining 15-20 minutes of the race. Or you could stay out and hope that your tyres would just hold on to the end. I think that would be a way that they could get a more realistic way to run these races and a little bit more fairer for all the cars. Group 2 is good for BOP. I mean, you could put... I think anyone could get to the top of leaderboard in pretty much... I think there's only ever a 10th or 2 difference between the cars in Group 2. Yeah, I think the new... Is it the old NSX is coming? I'm pretty sure it is, isn't it? The is it the GT5, the NSX GT500 car? Higher thing. Ah, mate. You're right, Coaster. Yeah, new cars are coming, so it's only one Group 2 car, and I'm guessing it won't be hard for them to do the BOP because they kind of know the BOP of the other car, so they've probably just literally copy and pasted, altered a bit of handling, and you'll find that it's... I bet you that the old NSX that's coming on Tuesday will be pretty much identical to the new NSX that we've already got in the game. The handling will be very similar, just maybe a tad different. So the BOP will be... I'm hoping it'll be sorted straight away. But we're going to test all that out on Tuesday. I'm going to do a live stream. We're going to go through the update. I might do a video very quickly in the morning. See what time I've got. Whether to just do like a brief guide, you know, of what's in the video, and then I'll stream it all. Because some people don't get a chance to catch the streams. I'm going to be interested to see the cars, though. I'm not worried about the road cars too much. I don't really drive the road cars, so... There's 3 Group 2 cars coming this year, sure. I thought there was only the one. Is the SC300 a Group 2? Well, that'll be interesting. I'm a little bit worried now about them ones. The GTR, again, won't be that... I think that won't be that hard for them to balance, but the SC300 could be an issue, unless they're going to just use the base of the Lexus and just kind of alter it that way, because a lot of car, you might find they'll just copy and paste a lot of the physics and just alter certain things just to get it fairly close. What car? Oh, someone's in the 787. Did you hear that? I love the sound of that car in this game. Yeah, surely, I mean, they could do it, but if they've only got one 300 car, then they can't make its own class, really. They're going to have to keep it multiple classes. So, we'll do this race again, then I might see what the time of the next Group 3 race is. I'm going to try and remember not to push too hard on lap 1 this time. Yeah, there's Honda Art. I'm just hoping that if they do any races with that, they're going to put racing tyres on it. Like Racing Hard or something. Don't put, like... Comfort Hard or something, you know what they're like. Let's have it with some grip. T500, Alan, it's all in the description. Everything I use is in there, but it's a T500. A very worn T500 that's on its way out. And I'm hoping Thrustmaster will catch a stream and maybe say, oh, we need to sort him out. Because it's so... The fan, about 2 years ago, well, a year and a half ago, something like that, my T500 started smoking. It was like smoke coming out. I turned it off and it's worked since then, but one of the fans randomly starts making weird noises. I'm just hoping it stays working for a little bit longer. I really want the Thrustmaster GT, really. The TGT, whatever it is. swear I cut that more before and didn't get any sort of time penalty there. Yeah, I mean, I can probably get in contact with someone to do Thrustmaster and see what they say. I could do that myself, because obviously I could probably have a little speak with Activision, because he's very close with Thrustmaster, and see if they'd be willing to do something. I mean, I'm getting over 200 viewers in most streams now, constantly, and some streams over 300, so see how it goes. I mean, I'd be happy to use a Thrustmaster. The Thrustmaster. All my stuff now is Thrustmaster. I've got the Thrustmaster pedals, the Thrustmaster shifter, and the Thrustmaster wheel. Maybe they don't think they need to. Yeah, I might have a word with Activision, just see. Maybe I did. Yeah, I've always said they should have DTM cards, but it'll be licensing. There'll be something to do with licensing. Why? I mean, I'm pretty sure that they wouldn't be able to add new DTM cards, because is it what's the PC game? Race? I can't remember. I can't think who made it, but there's a race. They've got the license to the DTM cars, so I don't think you'll get the new DTM cars. Maybe they could add some older ones in, possibly. I don't know. Race Room, that's the one. Race Room's got the license. That's the game I'm thinking of. I always forget the name of that game. It seems to be pulling away quite easily, and I'm keeping the fuel a bit better this time. One thing I said, I mentioned it to I think of someone else. I hope that the next FIA season they changed the procedure for people getting in, because I was in the top 24 stars throughout the whole nation's competition, but couldn't race in the top 24 races because only 3 people from each nation are allowed. It's not really a top 24 race ending, because even on the broadcast, if you watch their broadcast, they mention my name, but I'm not in the race because I wasn't eligible. So it seems a bit like daft that you're saying, well, this is a top 24 race, but it's not the top 24. We only have the top 15 because 10 of them aren't eligible because they're from the UK or France or something like that. You know, these countries got a little bit screwed over, I think. So I'm hoping that they go for a little bit more the best drivers approach, rather than just trying to concentrate on each country. I know it's the nations, but I think people still want to see the best drivers, not just a variety of drivers. Yeah, oh, the 155 DTM on the set, of course it is. Oh, I love that car on that game. I've got a setup on that, on Nürburgring GP track. So nice to drive. I love the sound of it and everything. It really revs high, doesn't it? Such a nice car. Yeah, that's what I want to see. I want to see just the best drivers. I want, you know, the top 24 races should be the best drivers. It shouldn't be about where you're from, and you know, to restrict your races based on which country you're from means that these races aren't as competitive. Because I'm not being funny. We've seen it in the you've witnessed it in the live fight, like the World Tour events. You know, some of the drivers are getting like dominated. And I think they could have had a lot closer races if they would have just let anyone through. Like, you know, any of the top 24 through, it would have been a much closer final. But they want to have this, they want to keep it like that for the variety, I think, and for the show as well. But I'm not a massive fan of it, to be honest. But the Alfa Romeo is just so on a set of course, it is literally perfection. They got it down. It just feels so good to drive. Yeah, I know what you mean with like overdrive, because it's such a big region with the connection, but I'm surprised. I've noticed that my connection in the UK has been like better than the majority, well, at least equal or better than a lot of the drivers in the races. That shows you how like the connection's a bit of an issue in these regions. And that's why I don't think I'll race. I would love to do the obviously the Asia regions, but I think the connection's going to be a massive issue. I will try it, but I just think it's going to be a bit too much. I'm just looking forward to when I can get the A+ and do some of these FIA races against like better drivers. As I say, yesterday in qualifying for the American region, I did well better qualifying, but then in the race my force feedback was gone. I was just spinning every lap. I couldn't do anything about it, so I rage quit. But in qualifying, my first lap out of the pits on the American account with the full fuel was a 127.9, and then my final lap I was 2 tenths off in the final sector, and a car spun in front of me and just came straight off the track and like literally drove right across my line and took me out again. So another lap ruined, but the pace was really good. It was looking like a 27.6 to 7, I think, which would have been a nice lap, but it got destroyed. Then it didn't matter any, because the race I had no fault. The force feedback had gone completely weird again. It's happened, I think that's the third time it's happened on my American account now, where the force feedback has gone weird. Like through a corner it goes light and then just wants to yank you a certain way, and it makes you understeer and then just oversteer at the same time. Horrible. I've only ever had it about 3 times on my EU account in like what, 8 months, but I've had it 3 times on my American account in about a month. Yeah, I'm doing the FIA on this account, but like I say, yesterday's was a rage quit. I got so annoyed because it was literally every lap and a half I couldn't keep the car on the track with the force feedback, so I just gave up. I tried my best to keep it on the track and keep like racing, but it was just losing it every lap. The EU race was much better, much more fun. Because obviously he had working force feedback. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, this man. I'm starting to think that's what I need to do, is reset my end wheel, turn it off, unplug it, then change over accounts and then do it, because I've never done that. And I thought that's what I thought last night, especially after that happened. Is what worth the Thrustmaster GT? I don't think it's massively better than the T500. It's probably a bit better. It's got a lot more. It's been designed for this game, so it's got a special mode where it, you can feel on the steering oversteer a lot more. But that would be an advantage. But the main advantage is the dials and being able to change the fuel and your brake bites without messing around. Like for me, I have to go cycle over through them and then change it, which is it's just a pain when you compare that to just having a little dial that you can just do for each one. Yeah, I just went through them cars like I was not waiting around, Carlston. That's why I use soft tyres, so I didn't do any of this medium and soft. I just put soft tyres on both like on all the synths. So I started on the softs on the front, softs on the rear, and just carried on that. Yeah, I knew. Do you know what? I knew the one stopper wasn't a good idea because I tried it in practice. I tried doing it, seeing what it was like for 6 laps, and I could see my lap times on the medium tyres. They were like over 3 seconds off, and the pit stop there was only like a 7-second pit stop loss. So I was like, well, 2 laps and you've gained the pit stop. So it was just daft to try and do a one stopper for me. I have got no idea why this car now is using more fuel. It's weird. Yeah, Fanatec wheels are great. The only thing that puts me off with that is, well, actually, no, they fixed the issue now with the. There was a certain mode you had to run it in, but I think that's fixed now. But they're expensive, Fanatec. I'd want the load cell pedals and the wheel. With that and the wheel, it's like, I think it works out about, I think it's like £800 or £700, something like that. And it's even more expensive than the Thrustmaster GT. And then again, I'm not sure it's as you can't do all the stuff with the dials. It's not on that game. Not on that wheel, sorry. See, when I went into that race last night, Calster, I was planning on doing soft, medium, soft. But then I was on lap 3 on the softs and I was like, they feel okay to do another lap. So if they're okay to do another lap now, when the car's lighter, it's going to be even better. And it just worked out like that. As the car got lighter, it just got easier to do the 4 laps. Feels alright. It's alright. I think it's alright. It should be. I mean, you could one-stop that race last night. I did do it, and I think the difference was a few seconds, but I felt that the reason I went for it was purely because I knew that everyone else in the race doing the one-stopper was going to be on the medium tyres. So traffic wasn't going to be as much of an issue as it would normally be, because normally, if you know that situation, if you're on the same tyre trying to do it, it's a bit tougher. But when you're on fresh, soft tyres compared to the medium tyres, it was just, I was literally just being able to just fly past them through corners. It wasn't really that hard. And that's why I went for the run, because I think on my outlap I managed to get past 5 cars, and then 4 cars possibly because Kalsa pitted, and then I just had to get past Tisney, and that wasn't that hard because his car was just so understeery. I just literally went up the inside and got past him easily. Obviously fresh soft tyres on the Cayman versus warm mediums on the Audi. It wasn't really, it wasn't hard at all. Hey, I'm gonna have to watch the fuel a bit here. Should be alright though. Lift and coast. Get rid of that penalty as well. Get rid of that penalty. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people putting the mediums on the front and the soft on the rear. On other games it can work, but on GT, all I find that does is it stops the rotation. It stops the car from like rotating on the rear, and I don't like it. I'd rather have the rear being a little bit loose to get the car into the corners, and you just get understeer. I don't like that way. Yeah, I was not waiting behind him. I don't know if you see like how close I was coming through turn 2. I was right on the bumper. I was like, I am coming through here. Whether you, I couldn't afford to get held up though, because if I got held up behind him, if you watch, after I got past him, I gained 3 seconds. Now, if I didn't get past him there, and obviously lost that 3 seconds, on the second pit stop, I came out. I think I came out in the lead by about 2-3 seconds. So if I didn't do that move on that lap, I wouldn't have been in the lead coming out of the pit. So I still would have got in the lead, but I had Matty on the same strategy as me, who was, you know, pushing fairly close, but I don't think his car was as good on tyres, so I would have probably won anyway, but I felt like I had to do it for, like, I had to get past as soon as possible to make it more comfortable. Yeah, that's what I mean. I find the medium tyres just wear horrible anyway. I find the soft tyres, in general, are better for doing the same amount of laps as the mediums. It's a weird situation with the game. I think it's been like that for a while though, because even on Suzuka, in the F1 race, everyone went on the super soft tyres. I went on the bloody soft tyres thinking they'd be good, and they just weren't. The super soft tyres lasted as long and were way faster. So you learn though. Hi Bruno. I haven't looked. Let's just see what time this race is on. Where's my controller? I did do one. I think I got one of them that actually monkey. I'm sure I did for the Porsche. I'm sure I've done the Porsche. We'll have a little look now, but I'm 90% sure I've done the Porsche one. I'm sure I shared it on my account. There was loads on there. I should have done them all, but I literally did the Porsche and went. I had to do the race. What did I do? Or was it a Group 3 race I was doing? Wanted a good car, not that. Mustang. Have a little look and see what time the Group 3 race is. See if I've got time to check out the deliveries. Right. Oh, that's because of the time of the day. Time's this? Right, we got 14 minutes for that, so let's have a little look now. Why does that say, by the way? If is it the they're behind, aren't they? So why? Ah, right, yeah, it's different PSM. Yeah. Wait there. Are they doing the the server maintenance at different times depending on the region. I know, like they're all around this, obviously different time zones, but do they separate them or something? Let's have a little look at this. See if I've got the. I'm sure I've got the livery on. Yeah, Group 2 Suzuka. That'll be a good. I'm quite good on that combination, so I'm looking forward to that. Just check. Yeah, I've got the Porsche one on. So that one's sorted for the Group 3 race. Yeah, different clock time zones. Yeah, I was just thinking that it said the 5th, and I was thinking the American regions they're behind us, so it'd still be the 6th, wouldn't it? Would it? Oh no, it would be the 5th, wouldn't it? That's right. Just ignore me, I'm lost. Right, so we'll do. Let's enter this Group 3 race. Let's have a little look at our driver rating. So we lost a bit yesterday, I think, when I did that FIA. I knocked it down again, so I've got back up a bit anyway. But now it's the long push for. This is the longest like difference between A and A+. It takes quite a while to do. The one rating, it takes you a bit of time. What one is it on Fuji? I like Fuji. It's one of my better tracks. What is it? Group 4 at Fuji? Sorry, I can't remember. Yeah, that's right though, Mungino. If I watched that, that's how it done that penalty is correct, I think, because you cut the corner, which activated the penalty, but then it give you the slowdown on that lap. Is that not right? I have no idea, but I think that's how it's supposed to be. Yeah, I know the time penalty. I've seen that. It's you can test it out now. If you want to, do you want me to show you it now? Yeah, I'll show you all the new time penalty, how it works. So let's just do this for a little 5 minutes because a lot of people won't have seen this. Yeah, 32,413. But I might have lost a few points when I yesterday, I think, in one race. You might have a little dip down. I don't know. But it'd be interesting to see. I've not seen this properly yet. But that's kind of right though. I like that if you get a let me just show that. See, I think if you're gonna cut a corner and get a penalty, your lap should be invalidated straight away anyway. That's how it runs on most games, so I kind of like that. It's gonna stop the risk of doing that corner cut a bit. So I'm just gonna do right. This is one track I hate. I like this track when it's strict on the penalty system because of that chicane. When it allows you to cut that corner, I hate it because for me, I feel it's too inconsistent. How I don't like going over that curb because one lap you do it perfect, next lap you spin it out. So I'm just going to do this race and just keep it to the limits and not cut that chicane. You lose a bit of time, but I just find it more consistent. Yeah, I like that, Calso, because one thing I would love them to do in qualifying, because now I've had 2 races in a row now where my qualifying's been wrecked. Zocchi, not intentionally, but wrecked my qualifying at Bathurst. And then in the Americas region, I was on for a little bit of a better lap by about 2 tenths or something. And another driver wrecked it. So iRacing, what they do is you get 8 minutes from when the qualifying starts and you have no one else on the track with you. It's just you. You can see the other times pop up in the corner as they go through their laps. But it's just you on the track and you have 8 minutes. So you get to do 2 laps, the majority of tracks. I think it is a maximum of 2 laps you get to put in. You can't do anything more than that. So it would be just a case of going out the pits. It'd be quite good on GT as well because you could risk doing the soft tyres and just having 1 lap because you wouldn't have time to go back in the pits. Or you could put the medium tyres on and just go for a more safe approach, for example, and doing 2 laps. So I would prefer that way because you can't have other people wrecking your lap then. But let's just have a little look at this because I haven't tried this yet. Interested to see how this works. I mean, it's pretty obvious. It's just going to slow you down automatically. So I'll do the cut on that chicane. This is not a good combination for me, so I don't think I'm going to get a particularly good result of this track. I'll try and cut this corner now and see what happens in a minute. Oh. It's this one here which is going to be the issue. So people are going to cut there. And then you go through the line. Why is it not slowing me down? Ah, it's lap time to it. So is it... I'm confused. Why is it not slowing me down there? Is it going to slow me down on the next lap? Is that why? Ah, right. So you wrecked 2 laps. Well, that's a bit daft, isn't it? Because that's an outlap. I'm with you now. Ah, right. I'm with you, Mungino. Yeah. So that's just stupid because now... Yeah, so basically, this is anyone watching this stream now. Make sure when you're qualifying in FIA, on your outlap, you do not cut any corners. That's where it's going to wreck it. So wait there, if I go back to... Let's just try something. But if you do that on your actual lap, so... Well, that was an actual lap though, that wasn't it? So would that do that on... Would that do that on a... an outlap though? I'm not sure if that's how that's going to work. They have said, haven't they, that they're waiting to implement it into the dailies for a bit because obviously they need to work on it a bit, so it might be stuff like that. So what would happen if I went to go over the line with a penalty? Would it just take that time off and then you'd have to get rid of it again as well? That'd be a bit annoying, wouldn't it? But then I prefer driving it like that anyway. I don't like doing it there. Yeah, but it'll wreck the lap you're on though, won't it? So what he's saying is your lap that you're on will get wrecked because you'll have an 8 times penalty, which is going to add on to the time. And then your next lap is going to do the same thing, would it not? Yeah, so it's invalidating 1 lap and then slowing down on the next lap. So 2 laps are getting wrecked through 1 corner cut. I think that's what he's saying, I think. But you're just gonna have to be careful, aren't you? So you're going to invalidate 1 lap, but then your next lap will get you'll get a slowdown on. So say for example, what would that? Yeah, let me just try something. It's not going to do it on this, is it? Actually, I'll try it on this next. Let's do it again. Have we got time for the race start? What time does the race start? So let's just go. What time does does anyone know what time that race started? I think it was 10 past, wasn't it? I still prefer this, what they're going to do. This is going to be better for the races, but I still think they could have done a better method than this. I mean, just all they really had to do was just add the time up at the end of the race. I mean, this method kind of stops you doing it as much because is that going to give me it? Not even give me a corner cut for that. This method is going to stop people from it's going to make people more cautious, like Kauster said, because you're going to risk dropping a lot of positions, which is bad because then you get stuck behind slower cars. So it's going to be a weird one. Yeah, they're trying stuff, and they obviously know that there's issues with the system, and this is definitely an improvement on the current system, because like I've said, watching everyone get rid of the penalty on the finishing line isn't good from a spectator's view. It looks a bit bad. But let's remember to cut the corner this time. Right, so carry on this lap, and then we'll go over the line. So it's going to invalidate this lap, and then you then get rid of the penalty on the next lap. Yeah, it won't break on this lap, but then on the next lap it's going to make me brake. I don't know where I'm going there. Yes, that's what I agree. I think, you know, it's going to be better like this. And the thing is, if you do cut a corner, you're going to get punished quite bad. So it's going to reward cleaner driving, because if you get a penalty, say a 5 second. But the issue with this is, what the massive issue is though, again, if you get hit from behind and someone gives you a 5 second penalty, you're then going to get massively punished through something that's not your fault. Yeah, but this will be the same as qualifying though, Pinkley. It'll be the same thing that happens because of where the penalty happens and where the zone is. Because now, I'll go over this straight now, and it won't. Obviously, it's going to add that onto that. So, as it added it on, it's invalidated that lap. And then this lap now is invalidated because I've got to get rid of that penalty. But then again, what tyres are in use for this? Does anyone know? Because if you got softer tyres on, it's going to be irrelevant in qualifying anyway. Because you wouldn't be doing more than one lap. And then it's going to automatically brake you. So, let's just see what tyres are on use on this. Right, yeah, so mediums, hards, and you're not going to probably do 2 laps on the mediums anyway. Especially with the tyre wear probably being high. I would think that it's going to be, what is it, like times 10 or something? Tyre wear times 12. So you're not going to do more than 1 lap on the mediums anyway. Yeah, times 15 tyre wear. Oh my god. What are they doing? So, like, yeah, it's around this track as well. Imagine how horrible that car is going to be on times 15 tyre wear. Oh, that's going to be a killer. But, yeah, you're only going to do 1 qualifying lap anyway. So if you got a penalty on that lap, which is an invalidated lap anyway, you're going to go in the pits on that lap. And then just do the out lap and get rid of your penalty on the out lap. So it won't be an issue. It's not going to cause any issue, I don't think. So that's alright. I'm not too worried now, actually. Just more worried about the times 15 tyre wear. Who thought that was a good idea? Cowster's screwed. To be fair, the Lamborghini's definitely better than what it used to be on tyres. It's just still quite bad. Right, I didn't even warm up on this, so I'm gonna... Have I got time to go out and qualify and just... Gonna give me time? I got time. What, the balance of, what, the exaggerated tyre wear is not really balancing in the tyre wear, though. It's making it worse, I think, to be honest. I think it's making more of an issue. It's making the cars have a bigger gap in BOP than keeping the tyre wear closer. Oh, mate. Yeah, one make tyre, one make races, they can just do what they want with. Don't really see an issue with that too much. I don't agree with the heavy damage purely because it was the amount of time I got hit about 3 times, and it kind of wrecks your race. Yeah, the punter's still punted. That's the problem. That it didn't change the driving from some people, so you were still having issues. Did I have time 2 or time 3 on for this? Did I have my brake balance -3 for this? I can't remember. I think I did. But I'm going to be so off pace on this. It normally takes me a good 10 minutes to warm up on this track. Yeah, I mean, they could be doing it for that, to try and fix it. Oh, I'm with you, yeah. So what they could be doing it for is to try and get the tyre wear better for the next official season. But the problem with doing that is, now that people know that, they're not going to use cars with bad tyre wear, are they? Like the Ferrari, people are going to avoid cars like that more so. So will they get that data or not? Who knows? Marine Le Pen. Yeah. Thankfully, he hasn't been around recently, but I'm sure he's still lurking somewhere. It only takes him 2 seconds to set up a new account, doesn't it? That's the issue with that. Porsche for this. I don't have... I mean, I've got a few Group 3 cars, but... Oh, this should rank me up a bit better, this. If I can just keep this lead. A lot of A-rated drivers in here, so... I get a bit more points. Who is Marine Le Pen? Crazy game. If you go on one of my videos, it's called Ban Him Polyphony. There's a lot of other drivers that have put videos up of him as well. He basically was going out in the FIA official season. Oh, no! Let me just restart the game. He was basically just going out and taking people out on purpose. I think we'll see him under a new name. If there's... What he was doing was... It was... A lot of people were saying it was... If you've noticed, TX3 Dayrone, who is... I mean, he's probably got a new account now, so we don't know who he is. He was in competition on the Nissan, trying to get to the top of the Nissan competition. And Favaris was also in the Nissan. So he was going on his other account into races. And if anyone was in a Nissan who was good, he was deliberately taking them out the race to wreck their chance of the competition. So it was a bit frustrating. But I don't know whether they can do something with his IP and block him or something. I have no idea. Higher Assassin. Dayrone is quick though. Yeah, I know. Do you know what's really frustrating about the whole situation is Dayrone was good to race against. I liked racing Dayrone. He was a good driver. He was fairly... He wasn't always 100% clean, but who is? He was reasonably clean. And he was fun to race against. And he lost a lot of respect. Because I had respect for him. He was definitely a good driver. And then he did... If it was him, which I think 99% of people know it was, lost a lot of respect for him. But that was his own fault. He chose to do it, so he tried to say it was his brother apparently, but let's be brutally honest, we all know it wasn't his brother, because his brother must have had some okay speed then, because when he wanted to, this Marine Le Pen was quite fast. He's on one of my videos, Group 2 at Bathurst. I think I uploaded the video and he was in front of me the whole race pretty much. So it was Dayrone. He had the exact same speed as Dayrone at every single track. I don't know whether he actually got banned or not. Who knows? What race is next then? Not doing daily race A. Not A. I mean, I'm so glad that this next week's races are actually free races we can all race. Did you see my help with the T300 bug? Yeah, you on about the T300, Christopher? If he's there, there's a I think there's like a update on the firmware on the actual T500 if you go on the PC and update it. I heard a lot of people say that it's fixed an issue with that. Baudelaire Richard, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. What do I do now? Because it's a pain. I hate the way it does this. I think what causes a lot of these disconnections on the American account is because I'm obviously not in the American region, so I get a few disconnects. But I don't get this on the EU account as much. I'd rather I mean, let's be brutally honest. I ain't doing that. I mean, I haven't even... I doubt I would have... I doubt... Yeah, I haven't even done a lap because, I mean... I ain't doing that. It's just horrible to drive as well. Not even fun. It's not like it's a fun car to drive. It drives horrible. And this track was on 2 weeks ago, was it? 2-3 weeks ago, and then they've done it again. The exact same race. I swear someone's just trolling us at Polyphony. They're just literally like, let's put that on again. Just to see the reaction. Oh, can you tune it on this? I didn't know that. Oh, let's see. Oh, yeah, adjustable. Oh, well, that explains a lot. I didn't know that. I didn't know you could tune it. I didn't. I mean, they could be working stuff out by, like, comparing stuff. That's why they're doing the same combinations, like, changing the setting. But who's really going to be spending that much time to tune a Mini? Not me. No, thank you. When's the next race on this? So 15 minutes. So it's the same time to Group 1 race. So we'll do the. I'll just enter this and have a warm up. At least I can have 30 minutes to warm up. Have a little warm up. Yeah, Group 1 and Group 3 is fun to race. I ain't racing the Mini. I hate it. Do you know what? Some combinations on road are actually quite fun if you get the right combination. It's just that combination just not fun. No, I don't like that. Do you know what, Pinkery? We don't need. There's a big reason why we don't need more one make races on Daily Race C and B, because they're on for a week. If they were just every 2 days, fair enough, they could add more. But 1 week of the same car on the same track for a whole week is just pointless. It's boring. It's so boring. I don't like it. You want one thing you want if you've got a whole week of one, of a race is variety and at least the cars you can pick. I don't think they're ever going to change the daily race like the thing, because they can't be, because I can see on my phone, if you go on Kudos Prime, you can see that the races that are on next week, they ain't going to change it. Yeah, what I heard a good someone suggested quite a good thing on I think it was on stream the other week. Say you have 5 races, and what they could do is they say they're on for a week, but on get rid of one each day, so you've got one new race added every single day as one comes off. So you've always got a new race every day, but they're on for 7 days. So every day one goes, another one comes. One goes, another one comes. I think that's such a good idea, because you've always got a new track to race on then. And it's good for a variety, but then you've still got it on for 7 days. I quite like that idea. I think that's a good idea that they could do, but again, will they? I very much doubt it. I mean, yeah, that would be an okay car to race, but then would you want to race that for a week with just the same car on the same track? I'd find that a bit boring. Yeah, a race for each category, and the one thing I want more than any of that is an endurance race. Something that's on for more than 30 minutes, a 40-minute race at least. Because 10-lap races are not really proper races, are they? I mean, let's be honest, it's not really a test of a proper skill. Proper skill and endurance. So a lot of endurance races, you need to use a lot more strategy. You need to use a lot more concentration, and being able to concentrate for 10 laps is a lot easier than concentrating for 30 laps. And I really hope they listen to people, because I think there's a lot of people that want the longer races. There's obviously people that don't want the longer races as well, but they can race the other races. Just give us something where we can have some, longer races with strategy in. T500, it's all the equipment's in the description. Yeah, on the World Tour events, they had to use every compounder tyre, but that was just, it wasn't done in game. That was done, they just had to do it with they had a race steward making sure they did that. So I don't think that'll ever come into, unless they add it in a patch, but at the moment that's not a feature they can add in, I don't think. But that's what I don't like that, because let's be brutally honest, they were forcing people to use every compounder tyre in a race that was it like 12 laps and 15 laps? I mean, come on. It's just daft. It's not realistic. That's not how racing is. If you're going to do that, make the races a bit longer and a bit, half-an-hour races or something like that. Make them a bit more endurance than like a 20-minute race or a 15-minute race. I understand they might have had to do it for the sake of the show and the live audience and stuff, but I don't know. It's just how they want to do it. It's a bit different, isn't it? Try and warm up a bit on this. What are you on about there, Crazy and Carlsbad? I've not caught this conversation. I'm trying to read this chat while Hiya, Paul. On that last race with the BMW, yeah. Some people think it was dirty, some people are saying it's not. But the issue was that on that race at Bathurst, he made the mistake by hitting the wall, which then gave me the run. Without that mistake, I wouldn't have been able to go for that move. It's like Carlson didn't hit the wall, and I couldn't go for that move. That's why I backed out. I had to wait until he made the next mistake on the next corner. But because the BMW hit the wall, then it gave me such a run. I was always going to go for it. I could do a lobby of 40 races, but I think to keep it more like quite fun, I'd have to make it quite strict on who can join, because it wouldn't be as fun, I think, watching a 40-minute race with people getting lapped and stuff. Maybe I could do something like that, but invite like a special invitational, like get Tijni and Lightning, Manuel Rodri, Zocchi, people like this. Try and get like Cal's is definitely picking up speed, so just try and get a lot of people in that are fast and then do it that way. That could be a way of doing it, and then run my own, a different type of settings, but it mean I'd have to work out a setting that would make a good race as well. Oh, running wide, not concentrating very well. I find this is a track where, like Le Mans, you can get away with just reading chat, but on this track you lose a lot of time because you so many corners and you haven't really got any long straights. Why I'm trying to read the chat, I'm losing a lot of time. This was a track I made a lot of mistakes on last time I streamed as well. Try and concentrate a bit on this lap. Yeah, the problem, like I've said before, the reason I wouldn't do that is because of the hassle of it. There's a lot of hassle in running leagues. I've seen people get like arsey over things, and it just becomes like, I've seen people just like get so wound up with other people from it, so that's why I'd be a bit put off with it. I mean, I could always join, like find another league to race in as well, and start streaming them as well for practice. But it's again trying to find the competitive league as well. It's not easy. I mean, yeah, mixed grid would be okay, but it'd have to be based on their servers, because 16 cars mixed grid would be a bit boring. You need like a 24 car race for mixed grid, and you could have like 10 group 1s and 14 group 3, or something like that. I'm not driving very well here. Yeah, I mean, these exhibition races I don't think will get you to a World Tour, and they're just for show, but I do agree, you've got, I think, to get the results now, you've got to drive aggressively because everyone else is doing it. You've got to go for a move when it's on. You can't just sit back and just wait behind them. That's not going to get you results anymore. If the races were longer, that style would work better because you could plan your overtakes and be more cautious, and you'd have time to make up the speed, but because the races are so short and they've gone even shorter, you've got to be aggressive. The only way to really get a solid result. I mean, if you get a good qualifying, then obviously you can just go for it from the lead. But if you're starting like P5 and 2 and stuff like that, or 3 and 4, you've got to go for the overtakes whenever you get a chance. Still quite a bit off what I should be getting, but yeah, still the 911. I've done that mistake again that kicks the rear out. Just about got away with it. Lost a lot of time then. Yeah, -3 or -2 is definitely right. I mean, I did -3 when I got me 155.7. It's just because I haven't been on this track for a while. I mean, -2 or -3, I can't remember what. I think it might have been -3, -2. Purely to keep the rears a little bit more smooth. Who is the fastest I've raced against? Gary. 100% Lightning. I think Lloyd as well is probably one of the fastest as well. Online race will get more aggressive. Reason being no physical damage to cars. But Paul, the problem with that is it didn't get any better when they added the damage in. Before the damage got added in, there was no difference to when they added the damage in. So I think it's better that they leave it on weak. There's still damage there if you make a mistake and crash, but it goes. The problem with the heavy damage was people were just still driving like idiots. They weren't having the respect, so they might as well have gone back to that method. Porsche is one of the easier Group 3 cars, I would say, but it still can be a bit twitchy on the rear. No worries, Melipso. Am I still top on the American? I don't know if I am. Yeah, I said though. I didn't push this lap, to be fair. On my EU account, I got a 55.6, and I said at the time that I could get down to a 0.2 or 3. But once I've done a lap, I just move on. A lot of people just keep pushing it. But I said to him, Calster, in the chat the other day, Lightning will definitely get in the 54s on this track if he uses a Porsche, because I knew that I made a mistake on my lap when I did a 55.6. It just takes, once you're in the rhythm of the track, I definitely felt 55.2 was possible for me. I don't think I could get in the 54s, personally, but I felt like Lightning could. Lightning 100% could get in the 54s. Alright, let's just hope this is a higher rate, a reasonably high rated lobby again to rank me up, and let's hope it doesn't kick me. Yeah, that's the thing. Heavy damage is good when you've got people that can, at the end of the race, have a little look at the incident and say, right, you're getting a 5-point deduction or a grid penalty for next race, and you're gonna have to start such and such. We're gonna do like that or something. You know, you can't qualify, something to punish them. But in this, where someone can just hit you, give you damage, they go on, win the race, you're just stuck there like, well, what happens now? That's the issue. Yeah, it was. I think it was Tisney. I think it was on one of his streams the other day. I think I've seen that. No, I'm not using the RS01. I hate it. I haven't got it anyway, to be fair. This is my American account. I'm going to go on, after this race, I'll go back onto the Group 1 race, probably. Yeah, I mean, it'd be great if people did like iRacing's got the damage on, but even on that, there's still a lot of dodgy stuff that goes on. But I mean, I got took out by Lando Norris. Like some of the driving that he did in that iRacing race was just like, I mean, he's known for it, but I don't know. I mean, he's probably on it more for fun. I don't really know. I mean, he takes it quite serious, though, iRacing, so who knows? But he did wipe me out. What about lobbies? What's that crazy? Do you know what? The McLaren's a car I've not really driven, but I'm not. The Mercedes is good here. The AMG Mercedes, the Porsche, the Evo, Subaru is probably quite good. I think the R8 will probably be good because, in general, the R8 is very good at tracks that the Porsche is good at. Yeah, the Renault is just, they need to fix that. If they fix that issue with slow hairpins, then that car will be an enjoyable car, because I like it at some tracks. It's quite good at, I was surprised that it was good at this track, but on the, what is it, Blue Moon Bay infield, it's good there. Even on that hairpin, it seems to be okay. It must be the speed that you're going through it, but Suzuka with that Renault is a nightmare. Yeah, I know he's a McLaren driver next year. But he's known on iRacing for being apparently when I uploaded the video, so many people commented saying he was known for being a bit aggressive on driving on iRacing. Yeah, it might be a little bit OP, but the tyre wear would still be an issue with the Renault. The Renault's got really bad tyre choice. I hate people that write in the comments, Porsche's the easy choice. Choose it then. Just choose whatever car you want. I mean, I find the Mercedes is a better choice for this track, if I'm brutally honest. The Mercedes is easier to drive around this track because it's a lot more secure. Yeah, I was going to say, the RS01 wouldn't be overpowered because it's not as fast down the straights. I think it's slower than the Porsche. Because did they BOP change it? I'm sure they did, Cal, so I'm sure they took 1% off the power. I feel like they did. I should have went to the toilet before this race. Let's just try and concentrate, because this is the track I have to put a bit of concentration in. No, I don't think it's been fixed, the RS01 for the hairpin. Not from what I heard and have seen. But I've not tried it, so maybe. How am I door 10? Because I'm on my American account, aren't I? This isn't my UK account. Wow, this car again feels... I swear there's some weird stuff going on with my force feedback on this game. I'm on your inside there, mate. That was my corner. No way I was giving that inside up. Not a chance. Wow, this car feels weird. Like, really weird. It's just sliding everywhere. I need to put across you. What? What's that for? What's that free? What's the 4-second penalty for? Does anyone know what I got that for then? I'm confused. I didn't cut the corner, did I? I don't remember. Oh my god, this is annoying. I'm gonna have to go for it now. I'm gonna have to put some concentration in. Yeah, T80, don't get a T80, whatever you do. Not a very good wheel at all. Pay the extra and get a T150, 100%. Let me just fix this. Coming loose again. got to be when you pick up dirt. That's when this car's getting horrible. I'm not going to win now because of stupid mistakes again. But to be fair, that 4-second penalty wasn't really my fault, to be fair. G29 is probably the wheel I would recommend personally for the price. Right, if I can get this up to 3 seconds, I might be able to do this. Right, I'm going to concentrate now, try and put actually a decent lap in.
Um, 155.6 on the EU account, 55.7 on the Americas. That was an awful race. That was 8 seconds slower than what I normally do that. Yeah, you can still get S rank, Mystic, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you can. I think you can, I don't know. I'm not too sure. I need to... That track is one track that I don't think I'd stream. Not an FIA race, because it's so easy to make a mistake on. I think you need to really concentrate on that track. Like, I feel like I could stream Fuji, because I feel like Fuji... I've already done it on the stream when you can get in a zone on Fuji and it's really flowing. That track you really need to concentrate on, I think. I don't know whether you can get S license anymore. I feel like you can. I feel like some people got it not long ago. I really don't know. Right, that was a pretty poor time, but at least it will knock me up some rank. Let's just see when's the next race on this. 5 minutes. That won't be done, will it, in time? Will it? Will that finish before the next Group 1 race? Don't think it will it? No, it won't. Won't be done in time. Fuji GT, you mean the extension, not the cut? The one where you run wide? I don't know. Not too sure. Yeah, I think I'll do Daily Race C again. Let's just see what time it is.
I just don't want to wait 15 minutes to race again though. Stuck in the hole that is BDR. We need more testing to discover how dirty tires and dirty air affect the car during races. Dirty air definitely affects it. I mean, let me just show you where. Like, someone told me about how you can see that it does do it. I mean, at first I didn't think that it simulated this GT, but it definitely does. You can tell you find that in the higher the downforce of the car, the more the dirty air affects it. So Group 4 cars don't really get affected that much. Like Group 4, you find that it might be a bit of a difference, but it's not anything like Group 1 or Group 2. Group 1, I find that when I'm behind someone, it really does call you massive oversteer and then understeer. It's quite horrible. But you can see here, where is it? Is it on this setting that you find out? I don't know if it's when you're creating a lobby that you can see it, or whether it's in where is it that you can see that about the dirty air? There is somewhere that you can see. It might even be on the setup of a car. I think it might be in the setup of a car. Why do I think it's set the... Wait there. It might be on tire wear. Wait there. Oh. Slipstream, is it? Is it the Slipstream one? Driving a high-speed 2-car adventure. When selecting weaker reel, the reduction of downforce will be applied in addition to the reduced air resistant effect. So yeah, that's the set. I knew there was a setting there somewhere, but yeah, it tells you at the end there. So obviously if you got it on real, it's not going to be as strong. The effect on downforce isn't as bad as if it's on weak. Obviously the weaker setting's higher than real. So but it affects it. So it's like F1 cars, the Group 1 cars like that seem to get really affected by the dirty air. Let me do that race C again. I'm going to do race C. I'm just going to go to the toilet before I do this. Let's just see. I didn't check that, did I? Let's just see what... Did I gain much? Can't really tell on that. I should really just load Kudos Prime up. But... Lazy. Group 1, we'll race enter. See if I can get the fuel a bit better this time as well. You can get higher ratings fast if you beat fast drivers who have high ratings in both. Yeah, I know. That's how you get it fast, but it's just luck whether you get the fast drivers in there. No, we don't have any weather on GT Sport. GT Sport, it's not in there yet. Yeah. The dirty air, that you find like the more downforce a car's got, that's when the dirty air affects the slipstream more. So for like Group 3 is quite bad because they're quite tricky cars. They're probably the trickiest cars to drive. So when you do lose downforce, you feel it. But Group 2, I noticed that when you're behind someone, you find it actually quite hard to get past because you can't get close enough to them. Alright, so I'm just hoping that we get weather on the game soon also. One thing I really hope comes to the game. Just a bit more variety, isn't it? Something, you know, something else to be racing rather than the same track in the same conditions. It just adds a new element to the game. So I think rain is something that I'm really hoping will come. But I've got a feeling now. I'm starting to wonder, have they put that back now for the next game on PS5? Will they wait for that? Alright, I'm just going to go to the toilet. I'll be back in a minute. No, you can't change weather. Can you change weather in open lobbies? No, you can only, you can change the time of the day. You can change like whether it's cloudy, sunny, nighttime. Well, not night. Some tracks you can do night, or just dusk and something like that. But you can't actually change weather. There's no weather in the game yet. But they're apparently been working on it for a long time, so who knows? Yeah, I don't get that either, Mystic. I mean, especially when the Nürburgring's got the night version. It would have made sense to add this. It would have looked so good as well. That's what I mean. They definitely are working on wet weather, because why would they add wet tyres in for every single car? It would be a waste of time to put the effort into doing that tyre model. So they will. I know there is an event you can do a wet race on in one of the career mode stuff, but they have said that, like, I've read the interview from where Kaz himself answers the question, and he says, like, they are working on it. It's just that it'll only come to tracks that would get wet weather in real life. So I think he mentioned in the interview that Willow Springs will not get weather because it wouldn't get it in real. They don't get wet, like rain in real life there. It's very rare they get anything. So that won't. They wouldn't bother with that. It'll be tracks like Le Mans will get weather. Suzuka, obviously, Catalunya now that they're adding that in, stuff like this. To be fair, I don't know if this game will die as quick as what you think, because I think the structure they're setting up with GT Sport is very much they're trying to get it like a bit like iRacing but without the subscription. So then a newer version will come out, and then that'll be kind of the upgrade for the PS5. And I'm wondering if there'll be a PS4 version of it as well, but it obviously will run a little bit less visually as good and stuff. And maybe some of the stuff won't be on there. It'll probably be. I'm guessing they'd still release the newer version on PS4, but how that would run, I don't know. Unless they just forget that idea and go to PS5, I don't know. I don't think they'll call it GT7. I think they're done with that type of way of doing the game. I think their emphasis now is more FIA based and like concentrating on that side, which I personally would prefer. I have no interest in 1,000 cars. Ooh. I would much rather tracks than cars any day. Like, you hear so many people saying we want like 1,000 cars, and I just don't see why you'd want that, because you're never going to drive them all. I mean, it does need a few more cars, but it doesn't need 1,000 cars. Yeah, I think it might go straight to PS5 thinking about it. Yeah, exactly. I'd rather have high quality cars that drive different and feel unique than 1,200 cars that just feel the same and half of them are the same car basically. Yeah, definitely quality over quantity, 100%. I'm in agreement with that. Yeah, the rubbish. Yeah, them non-premium cars were awful on PS3. something that like I think as well Drive Club did right. Like they didn't have massive amounts of cars. They had a lot of cars that were really detailed and they really looked good, and I like that. I mean, it could have done with a few more cars, but they did add cars over the updates and stuff. Ah, I went in too deep. I don't really like the dirt tracks, to be brutally honest. I wish they didn't even bother with the dirt tracks. Might be controversial, but I would have rather them take the time that they wasted on them dirt tracks and have added more race tracks. That's just my opinion. Like, I'm not a fan of the dirt drive, and I think the rally handling is pretty bad on this. It's probably the worst aspect of the game in my view. But that's just my opinion, because I've played dirt rally and stuff like that, so I know what penalty there. What was that penalty for, considering that? I'm not really worried about my lap time. I'm just trying to get some practice. Yeah, they might be okay for just messing around them, but it's a handling. If they got the dirt tracks, would probably be okay if the cars actually handled okay. The rally handling is just not right. It's not how rally should be. I agree, the dirt tracks probably are okay in terms of the tracks. It's just the way the car handles on them. Yeah, do you know what a lot of people have said it is on that corner? It's to do with how close you get to the curb, which I think it is. If you get really close to the curb and actually take the corner properly, it gives you a penalty. But if you miss the curb completely, it just doesn't give you anything. So it's like saying, oh, you took the corner too well there. You can't. Let's have a little look, because I'm pretty sure I hit that corner. We've got time, haven't we? There's only 2 minutes. 2 minutes for the race. I think that's what the issue is on that corner. Let's just see. Yeah, 2 minutes. So, can I see the replay? Oh, you can't see replay from here. Ah, man. I would have thought GT1 would be fast enough to put in Group 2. We don't even have a GT1 class though, do we? I wouldn't want them in Group 2 though, if I'm fair. I don't. Yeah, I mean you could. I would rather they kept the classes to be like what they should be like. I know they're adding these other cars into Group 2, but I like the fact that they were the real Super GT cars, and now we're going to be getting cars that are not really Super GT cars in there. Yeah, but you can only save it. You can't view it, Kalsa. You can only save it. I can't view the replay. So, no point. Normally you can do it from this bit, but because we're in the lobby, you can't watch a replay from within the lobby. As far as I know, I don't think there's any way of doing that. Yeah, you can only save it. You can't view it. At least the old school GT1, the latest. Yeah, the old school. Yeah, everyone pick Audi in the FIA in the race. Audi's actually not too bad now. I mean, the Audi Group 3 car, I find, it's probably the tyre wear that needs a little bit of work, but a lot of the time it's fairly close. It's like if a Porsche is good at a track, the Audi will be good at a track. No, on this, it's for the. Oh yeah, for the rear. Yeah, I put it to the rear. I've got it on the rear, Sander. It's 3 to the rear. Maximum is 5 to the rear. You get more power by doing it that way, but I find it's a bit too twitchy, so I've put it to 3 now. I see that Slightly Mad Studios have been robbing all of Evolution Studio stuff
my mate who I went to school with, he's like the handling. He did the handling on a drive club. Slightly Mad he's now working for Slightly Mad. Rushy's working for Slightly Mad. The Alex Perkins, the person who did the visual and like the arts, I think he was the director of the art at Evolution Studios. They took him as well. They're literally robbing all the staff from Evo, which I like the idea of, because I like the way that Slightly Mad Studios run their development of the games. They can work from home. Like I think he's going to work from home and do all his work on the PC, and then I'm interested to see what they're going to be working on now. Someone said it's not going to be Project Cars 3. It's going to be the Fast and Furious franchise, which I'm a bit not too sure on, but oh, I mean, you're going to be faster there. You 19.0. Is that you on the top, Turismo? Rodrigo. This is one of my worst combinations, so you'll probably blitz me here. I don't think the hybrid deployment's manual on these cars, on some of these cars anyway. A lot of it's automatic, but there should be a setting that you can alter. Like on a Assetto Corsa, you can change the from like a qualifying mode where it uses it all in one lap, or a race mode where it slowly depreciates it. I mean, I probably won't be able to keep up here, to be fair, Rodrigo. This is not a great combination for myself. What time is it now? 5 o'clock. Mario Too Hot For You donated two euros there. Thank you very much for that donation. I appreciate that. Massively appreciated. Good luck for the good lucky. Yeah, I mean, I think that I'll be alright for second. I mean, it depends. Let's see how we do this race. Starting behind, I've got the slipstream, so see how he runs it. I'm worse on the. I mean, to be fair, mate. I mean, I could have got into the 18s in qualifying, but I just didn't push the lap. But the race, for some reason, I'm just terrible at this tracking race. Yeah, I know, Carl. So I worked that one out the other day. You can get into. That's how I can get into the 18s now. Because on that lap where I did a 14-17 and the last chicane, you can pretty much just cut off the part of the corner. It's terrible. I hate the way it starts though in this. If you're in P2, it starts you on the corner a bit, doesn't it? It's 787. No, it's not really that. Not for this track. Not good enough. I think its fuel usage is way too high. I think the fuel's not too good on the 787. I'm not too sure. Right, let's fuel on. Let's see what we can do. Look how it starts you, and this is what caught lightning out in the top 24 race. For me now, it's going to start me right on the power on the middle of the corner. I mean, it wasn't too bad for me there, but P3 I think was worse. See the downfalls, lost them because I'm behind him. That's what I'm talking about. These cars, it really does affect them. Wrong brake. I braked on the 200 thinking I got the wrong brake marker then. What an idiot. Again, keeps coming loose, this wheel, it's so annoying. Do I go for it or do I just conserve fuel? Not too sure. Got rid of the gap so I could start pushing a bit now. Run, Forrest, run. Yeah. Hi, Lloyd. The man himself, Lloyd. I've just said before, I think one of the people that could compete with Lightning is Lloyd. That's FT Lloyd there. I think he was very unlucky with the Subaru in the first race on the World Tour event. Yeah, this is the Subaru really did screw him over quite a bit in that race, to be fair, I think. And that's why I think they shouldn't be doing road cars for any of the races, but it's their competition, so I suppose they'll do what they want. I have no idea about flat out. No idea. Wouldn't have a clue. Yeah, I'm not really worried about flat out. I don't think I've ever played it. I mean, it might be an okay game, but not really that worried.
tighten my wheel up, the screw's coming out again. Oh, God. Nearly knocks my old mic off. This is annoying, this screw. The screw just keeps coming loose all the time. Try putting a new screw in, but it still does the same thing. So I think it's something with the, what do you call it, where the screw goes in. It's something to do with that. I'm on the grass. I knew I was on the grass then. I backed out of turning in because I felt the rear on the grass. If I turned in, the car was going to slide. Oh, I'm giving him the slipstream here. Let's just try and avoid giving him the slipstream too much. Super glue, yeah, but then I can't get it off. I need to be able to get it off again. Just build the gap up again. I don't want to give him the slipstream because in the slipstream he's going to save more fuel. When you're in a slipstream, the car saves more fuel, so always try and avoid people getting the slipstream. Oh my God, what have I done? That was pretty bad. Yeah, that what happened on turn 1 at Interlagos was a bit nasty. I'm alright. Fuel should be okay. I'd rather... Wow, what is going on with this car? Just getting weird handling. I wanted to keep him out of slipstream, but I've made too many errors. Going to be a penalty, yeah. Oh, I'm driving so bad. This is really awful. Let him go. I'm going to try something. Oh! Tactical racing going on here. mean, I shouldn't be in this situation. I should be well out in the lead, but... should get rid of some of this penalty in this corner up here now, so I might have got rid of it quite well. I've done it, to be fair, if I get rid of it up here. Oh my, that ruined it. Because I was off, oh my god, I was doing lift and coast and I wasn't on the brake enough. Oh no, what an idiot. I should have won this quite easily and I've messed it up. Oh, what an... Oh, I don't believe I did that. Too worried about getting rid of the penalty rather than racing. Be a penalty because I took the curb. Watch, because I took the curb on the left hand side, I think it will give me a penalty there. Did it? No, looks like I got away with it. Why is he going in the pits? What is he doing? Oh well, at least I'm gonna get P2 anyway. Penalty again. I cut that massively, to be fair. I'm on the grass again, trying to so bad this. Trying to take too wide the line. I got the rear left on the grass, had to back out the corner again. I mean, I don't need to worry right now. I should have won this quite easily, but I've just totally messed it up. I mean, look at the lap times. What, 3 minutes 32? I should have really been in 3 minutes 25 the whole race, really. I can't do anything with the knot. I've tried. It's not a knot. It's just a screw that goes in on T500. It's to do with the wheel rim, I think. I'm going to do this track again, I think, because I want to try and get a good run in. I'm just driving really poor again. This is one of the reasons why I've been putting off streaming, streaming FIA races, because I drive better when I'm 100% concentrating. I just make too many mistakes when I'm trying to do other stuff. bad. Let's get rid of that. Don't look at my text chat. I don't know what it is. Have you seen iRacing's getting to Scuba or whatever it's called, Scuba? It's going on to iRacing. I've seen that the other day. That was so bad. I'm doing that race again because I'm not happy with that. Oh, ignore the chat when I'm racing. No, but I don't like that because FIA, when I'm racing FIA and I'm not obviously streaming, then I can concentrate. This isn't really. I want to communicate. I don't want to just sit here like this. Not, there's no point racing like that. I've seen people that do that, and I turn the stream off after about 5 minutes because if you're not communicating with the chat, then what's the point of streaming? Well done, Rodrigo. I'm doing it again because that was an awful race by me. So bad. Made so many mistakes. I'm going to do that one. It's terrible, but I think I will get better the more I do streaming as well. The more I get used to it. Because like people like Tisney, I think he's done quite a bit of streaming before. Yeah, that's what I mean, Brant. I mean, you see people, I've seen people like streaming in some of these races and they don't even have like camera, no chat. They don't respond to nothing. They just sat there. And for me, if I'm a viewer, I turn that off because it's just boring to watch. It's not interactive. It's not interacting with people, and I'd rather hear someone talking and replying to messages and actually communicating with people that watch, say, taking their time to watch you. Do that one again before the timer. If people are taking their time out the day to watch you race, then at least you can do is respond to them. Yeah. See, I know what you're saying, but you will find a lot of people will just switch off and just move on to something else if you're not responding during the race as well. Yeah, that's what I mean. Mistakes make the racing more fun. I mean, I could sit there, no chat, and probably win, but it's not going to be as fun sitting out at the front on your own anyway. At least mistakes make you actually come into a battle. Hybrid boost button on the R18 works really well on Project. It probably does on Project Cars too, because they went into detail on a lot of the stuff. So I'll probably do this as my last race for this first stream, and then I'm going to try and come back on for about 8:30, and around 8 o'clock, 8:30. So just bear that in mind. It'll be around that time. It depends when I can get on, and I'll create the lobby for daily race C. We'll do that one, then we'll do daily race B, and then daily race A for Monday's races. And then we'll do this. We'll just do them a few times. We'll just keep going through them. Maybe like see how the time goes. We should have time to possibly do maybe 2 daily race C's and then one of the others on each of the others. Yeah, I mean, could talk about the race, but it's just no point streaming. I think if you're not going to communicate with the people that are in your chat, I don't think there's much point in streaming, personally. Yeah, that's it. You could do that, Jay, but that's what I could do for FIA races. I would obviously, if I was going to stream FIA, I would 100%. If I was going to do FIA, I wouldn't be reading chat. I would just be concentrating 100% on the race if I was going to stream an FIA. So I'd probably do a bit better in that regards. I wouldn't even worry about stuff that was going on in chat. But these type of streams where there's nothing, it's not really important. I'm just racing for the fun of it. So I can interact while I'm doing these. But for FIA, yeah, I 100% would probably just, I'd leave everything like it is now. I'd just concentrate on the race, and then at the end of the race, then I can interact. And at the pit stop, you can always have a little reader stuff at the pit stop. I find that when you're like, I definitely think you lose time when you're trying to drive, and like, I think it depends on the combination. This combination's terrible for me, Lloyd. I just can't get any speed out of this. But like at Fuji when we were in Group 2, I streamed that, and because I have good, I can just drive that and get in the rhythm, and I was able to kind of do both. But I still think you lose about a tenth to 2 tenths a lap when you're streaming if you're really, you know, even though you're trying to concentrate, you still naturally lose it a bit. I think when you're just driving with no streaming, you are a little bit faster. I think Tidgeny would be faster as well if he wasn't streaming, personally, because I've seen how fast Tidgeny is. I know how fast he is, and I think without streaming, I think he'd admit it, without streaming he would be a bit faster. 100% that if Tidgeny on the FIA races didn't stream them, he'd have better results. I'm pretty sure of that, but he does it for entertainment. It's more fun, and that's why he does it, which makes that's why people do it, because you obviously want to create entertainment. But I think most people will agree that streaming loses you a bit of time. It's just natural. That's why racing drivers, if you ever hear them on the radio and their engineer comes on and starts chatting rubbish to them, they're like, just leave me alone, let me race. It's because you want to put 100% into your racing. Learning tracks. Learning tracks isn't really that. It's not. It depends on the track. Like some tracks take longer, but the best way to do it is always take the racing line off. Never learn a track with any assist on, because if you've got the racing line on, I need to do that subscription from before as well, don't I? Was it George Reese 9? Thank you for subscribing, and Gwendol Nicholas, thank you for subscribing. Like I was saying, like people that use the racing line to practice a track and learn a track, it's pointless, because you're not learning the track, you're learning the racing line. No, Tidgeny's not a racing driver, no. I think he wishes he was. I think this version of this track is a really good version. I think they've done well on it. It looks really good, and it drives pretty like how it should. Yeah, the racing line you shouldn't never use the racing line. It's, yeah, that's what I mean. You never. The thing is though, people that use racing line, it's just you're not looking out for brake markers. Like you want to be. I find it better to look for markers or a tree, or a curve, or you know, a colour, like a colour jet. Like for this corner, I always use the green Astro on the left to like judge when to turn in. You'll see just there, that green Astro there. I use that as a turning reference for that corner. It's stuff like that. It's just easy to do once you start getting the hang of picking up markers. It should, to learn the track doesn't. Depends on the track, but you should be able to learn some tracks fairly quick if you just use the Ghost as well. Ghost, your own Ghost is fairly good to use as a way of learning the track, purely because you're seeing where your mistakes are and where you're gaining time. So if you see your Ghost pull away at a certain corner, you can say, well, that's where I need to do that corner a little bit faster. If you pull away from your Ghost, you see where you can take more speed. It's just simple things like that. And also, a good thing to do is don't push it to start with on a new track. Just drive the track. Don't push too hard on the first 2 laps, and then slowly go faster, and then faster, and then faster, and then start testing the limits out. Once you kind of have an idea of the track layout, so like 5 to 10 laps in, you have a basic idea of the track layout. Then start saying, well, I'm going to push that corner a little bit more. I'm going to really see how much speed you can take into that corner. If the car starts understeering, then I know that I'm taking too much speed. Yeah. Exactly, yeah. Just do it without any assist. Take traction control off as well. I personally would recommend turning it off, because once you've learned it with it off, you're only going to get better. With it on, it's holding you back, I think. It depends how confident you are, though. If you're not too confident, feel free to use traction control. Yeah, that's the issue. I think that's probably quite a big issue on GT Sport, because the missions and stuff are too easy. They're not hard to do, so people are not really understanding how to get faster. Whereas if you go to GT5 and GT4, I think some of them challenges were they weren't like impossibly hard. They were just, you know, they took a few goes. They were quite tough. Car Randall, is that one of our drivers, Lloyd? I have no idea. I don't know if that's one of the drivers from Esports and Cars. I would presume it is, but I don't know. Quite away from A+ still. The gap from A to A+ is quite drastic. I mean, he'll beat me here because I'm terrible at this track combination. This is my worst. I think this is probably one of my worst combinations in the game. It's annoying though, because Group 1 in like Suzuka, Fuji, it's one of my strongest combinations. I just don't get it. Am I starting in that awkward position now where you're on the throttle on the corner? Let's see if it is. Not too bad. Actually, wasn't too bad, that. Right, let's just try. I'm going to try and concentrate a bit more. Look at that understeer from the loss of downforce then. That was probably the worst I've ever experienced, that. I had no front end. That is a perfect example of the obviously the loss of downforce when you're in the slipstream. That was horrible. Boost him. GR2 car, I like the Lexus. I think for Suzuka, the Lexus, the NSX, and the Nissan are all equal, but I like the way the Lexus drives. Oh, he nudged him. Was that a little nudge from P1 there? I don't know. Held it around the outside.
Ah, the understeer. When you're on your own, you can get so much more grip through there. Remember what happened before and brake a bit early. Oh, he hit me. So annoying the way I have to tighten that up all the time. Lost it then. His rear went a bit loose. Push a bit now because I've lost a bit of the slipstream. Oh no, I've got it back. Don't look at the chat. I can't help look at the chat. It's natural. Penalty, possibly, I don't know. If I get away with a penalty then that is weird. I'm confused because that should be a penalty. I caught the corner so badly then. Oh, that'll be a penalty. I ran wide. I'm pretty sure that's a penalty when you do that. Am I going to get away with it again? Oh my, I am getting so lucky in this race. Understeer behind him then. Should have went into the lower mixture faster. That was a mistake. Don't mess that corner up. I didn't want to do that there. And if I get away with one there, there's something going on because that should be a penalty. Yeah, I was going to say, I get one that time. Oh, what's happened then? Oh, this is going to be close. Yes, just got it. Whew. Just got rid of the penalty on the line. That was close. I had to concentrate on that. Apologies for not reading the chat, but I had to try and concentrate. I was just waiting for that last lap because you obviously want to be behind all the way up to the last lap. Well, that was a decent last race anyway. I'll take that. Yeah, I think that was within a tenth. Any later and I wouldn't have got rid of that and he would have won that. Oh. I actually pulled a bit of a sweat off in that one. That got quite intense. That was an inter-team battle, that's why. He's in my esports team, so I was trying to concentrate. That understeer on that first lap behind, that shows you just how bad. Do you know what? I think we'll I might save the replay for that. Later today, about 8:30, I'm streaming again, Phil. Let's save that replay. Let's see if I can. I can save because I'm not recording on my Elgato at the moment. I'm just streaming because it makes it a bit smoother. I can still save that race on the PS4. I'll do it like that. I might upload that. It was that was quite an interesting race. I enjoyed that. So, I think that'll be a decent upload for having a little look at that and seeing the way he was driving. He was doing really good though, to be fair, in the lead and saving the fuel like that. I need to try and have a little look what he was doing because I think he had the pace really. I just used his slipstream. I mean, to be fair, that's not a good combination for me. So to beat him there, I'm quite happy with that. I'm looking forward to the Suzuka race tomorrow in Group 2. That'll be a bit better for me. Hey, come on, Calster. To be fair, I mean, I have apologised, but I didn't really push you off. If you watch again, if you go behind your car, look at the space and the line that Matty was taking in the BMW. But I didn't take into account you're in four-wheel drive, so you're going to turn in earlier. If you look at his line, there was space there. It's just you turn in earlier because your car has to turn in earlier. Which I was concentrating on Matty's car and giving you equal space to what I would give him. And I admit it was my fault, but you didn't really lose too much time. You only lost about a second, I think, something like that. You still got back past Tidgney, I think, when I watched the replay. I couldn't afford to let you pass. You'd have held me up well too much in that Lamborghini. With its horrible tyre wear. There was no way I was letting that pass. To be fair, though, if you watch it again, also, Calster, I was actually... I'll show you... I should be able to show you now. If you watch into the corner, you were pretty much dead like that. You were just touching the rear of my car, and I just kind of thought I'm covering that off. But I do... Yeah, it was a bit I would have liked to give you more space, but I was judging it by the car in front. So it was my fault. Right, so we'll end the stream there, and then hopefully I'm gonna bit my headset back on charge for 2 hours and a bit, and we'll do open lobbies on my EU account, and do it for the daily races that are on tomorrow. I haven't done it. I haven't done Suzuka in Group 2 for a while, so I could do with having a little warm up on that. And then we'll do. I need to have a little look at the company. I think it's Interlagos is race B in Group 3, and then race A I think is Fuji in. Is it Group 4? I'm not sure. I'll have to have a little look anyway. If it is, I'm a little bit put off by that Fuji race purely because I know it'll be the Veyron that'll be the fastest there, or the Lamborghini. There's no tyre wear. I'd probably use the Lambo over the Veyron anyway. It's probably a more fun car to drive. Anyway, thank you for everyone who came in. Thank you for the donation from Gary from earlier. I appreciate that massively. And also the other donation, I think, from Mario, Too Hot For You. Thank you very much from that. I appreciate all the donations. Like I say, you don't have to, but it's really appreciated when you do. I can't thank people enough who do it. I mean, like Disney said last night, we'd still be hearing if we didn't. And then thank you to everyone who just come into the stream and watches. I massively appreciate that. And we'll be back in, like I say, just over 2 hours. I can't say an exact time of when I'll be back on because it depends when I've got everything ready. So it'll be between 8 and half 8, I would say. And it'll be about a 2 hour stream. So we'll be back with open lobbies so anyone can join in for that. Anyway, thanks again, everyone. And I'll see you all soon. Thank you.